Hi, I'm Daryl, and in this video I'm asking, is sedentary pastoralism and agrarianism an answer for sustainability? As always, this is opinion, estimation, and speculation. I'm going to go way off track here. I often talk about electric cars, but I don't think that electric cars are really that sustainable. I think the only way to deal with personal transport and commuting sustainably is for people to live in places where they work. But if the places where they work produce a waste stream that mainly contributes to climate change and ecological collapse, then you need to regulate those businesses to sustainability or out of existence. So most people will not have jobs in cities. People have to do something else, or literally nothing, unless it's from renewable resources. So the logical conclusion is to shut down about 80% of industry and have people living on farms or on farm edges, which weirdly looks like society before the Industrial Revolution. But with tractors? The magical solutions to climate change have not eventuated. There are no fusion reactors. Magical emissionless cement was never invented. There are no 3D printed hemp and bamboo cars that run on water. At some point you just have to give up on the idea that everyone in the world is going to live in utopian Star Trek cities. We cannot keep growing the economy by destroying ecological and non-renewable resources. Sedentary pastoralism and agrarianism is about the only configuration that can work now. Or perhaps just horticulture with chickens and a goat. The planet's ability to deal with human waste streams do not support more than 500 million people living in industrial cities. I'd argue that it doesn't even support more than 50 million people living in advanced technological cities. I'm talking about cities that are more advanced than what we have now. Think of it as a city that's actually a manufacturing university campus. With about 50 million people in a few, largely robotic, manufacturing cities, there would be enough to make all the cell phones, tablets, solar panels, batteries, pharmaceuticals, comm satellites, vitamin tablets, vaccinations, and surgical robots that we would need for a reasonable level of comfort everywhere in the world. Transition to such a world would be a mess, and there would be many casualties. But the track we're on, there is going to be a lot of casualties anyway. The COP25 reported that about 400,000 New Zealand homes would be literally underwater by the year 2100. Many of them are in major cities and towns. The old satellite altitude data that we used to work out what areas would flood was measured accidentally from the heights of the tops of trees and from rooftops, so the models are much worse than expected. I don't see that big cities will hold together if sea level rise happens. About half of global human infrastructure is in cities that are on coasts, so that's an economic train wreck. Bringing it back to electric cars and commuting, due to the size and weight of vehicles we make now, they will not play a big part in the future due to inefficient resource allocation. What are car designers thinking with 100 kgs of human for each 1600 kgs of car? We build our cities and roads for an unsustainable economic system. At present, and for a while, it will be nice for reasonably well-off people in reasonably well-off countries to drive around in their EVs. I suspect the living arrangement will change. Everything we do now needs to be supported by underlying sustainability and biological reality. I don't see the transition happening quickly enough, and I don't think I'm alone here. It's probably a good time to go and invest in a good electric mountain bike. Thanks for watching. My channel is Daryl Talks About New Zealand. Please like, subscribe, and ask questions in the comments.